Good morning, girls. Good morning. Yeah, let people join in. How many are there? Good morning, all of you. Today I'm starting sixth chapter, game theory. Okay. Have you heard this word before, game theory? Yes, girls. Have you heard this word before? Game theory in mathematics. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what do you mean by a game? Can you tell me what is a game? Can you describe a game? Any game. What happens in any game? What you observe? And I want answers. Don't waste our time. My time and your time also. Both are very precious. Please. What is a game according to you? What happens in a game? Come on, girls. You are SYBSC students. There are 28 students in my class right now, and no one is in the state of answering my question. Hmm? Yes. Riddhi. Riddhi is there in the class. Riddhi. Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Try. What is a game according to you? What happens in a game? Consider any game. Cricket is a game? Yes or no?
Yes. Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
activity or sports?
Yeah, sports, any kind of sports you can consider. So in every sport you find a game, no? There is some game plan, right? In cricket also there is some game plan, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And for example, if you consider any game which involves two parties, say when I consider cricket, I have two teams, right? India and Australia, India and England, India and Pakistan, say, right? These are two teams. So there are two parties. If there is a chess game, then there are two players. They play the game and they have certain strategies with them to play that particular game. Yes or no? For example, if India is playing against Australia, then they need to think about the bowlers and accordingly they will place their batsmen. The line of batting will be decided according to the bowling quality of the opponent team. Yes or no? And such kind of thing is called a strategy. There are strategies. When Sachin used to play, then whether he will open the batting or not, that depends on the situation. That depends on the team, our team, and the opponent team as well. So this game plan, this game plan gives some benefits to certain party and it gives losses. There are some disadvantages to the opponent team also. One team is always benefited, the other party is always at the loss, right? Yes or no? When there is cricket going on, the one team wins and the other team loses. Just so when one team wins, the other team loses. When there is test game going on, then there can be a draw, right? There is a tie, there is a draw, there is no decision who is winning the team, but who is winning the game. But we are not going to consider such kind of games. For us in mathematics, what is a game? Game is a competitive situation. Why we are studying it in mathematics and in operations research? It's a competitive situation where there are two parties involved. So that could be, the two rival companies also you can consider, for example, and they are producing same kind of products. Suppose if you consider four-wheeler companies. Am I audible, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, for example, which company models, car models are famous in India, popular in India? Which car company right now you can tell me?
Tata.
Tata. Okay, Tata. So this is Swadeshi, right? These are manufactured in India. We are very proud of these vehicles, right? And the imported vehicles or the companies which are foreign companies and they have got their plants over here and they manufacture cars. Nowadays, have you heard about this? Yeah, Toyota is there, then Hyundai is there, then Honda is there. So all these are, these companies are not, they have their plants in India, but they are not Indian companies. But Tata is purely Indian company, right? So all these companies, they are what? They are in a competition of selling their vehicles. So this is a competitive situation. So who sells more vehicles? That person wins. Something like that we can think about. Now there is one more new company has come, Morris Garage, right? Have you heard about these vehicles, Morris Garage? So these are competing with some very uh, high level cost vehicles such as Mercedes Benz, you can say, because Morris Garage, their one model is about 46 lakhs. One, there is a model called as Hector. So it has got the price 46 lakhs, which is competing almost to Mercedes, right? Mercedes Benz models. So these are competitive situations. So in business, you can think about a game as a competitive situation. And of course, when there are two companies, when there are two firms in a competition, they put their strategies. Okay. And then one firm gains something, the other firm loses something. This is called as when one is gaining and the other one is losing the same amount, that is called as two-person zero-sum game. Okay. So there is something called as decision theory in operations research, which we are not actually studying, but in game theory is a part of that decision theory in which we are going to tell the players, the competitors, uh, uh, to use the particular strategies or the strategies in proportion so that one player maximizes his gain and the other player minimizes his loss. There is absolute, I mean, maximizes gain. Player A, suppose I will call him as player A, then he will always try to maximize his gain. And B knows that he is going to lose, then he will try to minimize his loss. Now, I'm not degrading anyone or I'm not demoralizing anyone. You never know what happens in cricket, but if I consider two teams like India and Ireland, suppose, okay, then which team is going to win always? Can you tell me? On an average, if you say there are 10 games, then which team you think that out of 10 games, maximum winning situations will occur with India? Yeah. This is our observation because, but you never know what happens in cricket. It may happen that India may lose 4 to 5 games against Ireland. So if at all I consider such kind of situation, then I know that yeah, India is going to win and Ireland is going to lose, then what will be Ireland's attempts? What type of attempts it will make? It will make attempts to minimize the loss. That means they know that they are going to lose the game, but they will lose the game by very few runs or by very few wickets, something like that. They will, the opponent team, when it realizes that they, yes, I'm going to lose the game, but let me try better, let me play better, and let me minimize my loss. Do you understand it, girls, what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So this deals with the managerial decisions of the two firms. Whenever there are two parties involved, we are going to consider such games. We are going to consider two-person games. Okay. There are n-person games also, but we are going to consider only two-person games. And in those two-person games also, zero-sum game. Zero-sum game means what? Whatever is the gain of one player, the same will be the other player's loss. If player A is gaining 5, then player B's loss will be also 5. They will be equal. Okay. So such kind of games we are going to consider. So you can just have a flow chart how we are going to progress. Okay. So first of all, it starts with decision making. I told you this is very important, decision making. Then we have under uncertainty. Then we have competitive situations. You may draw this flowchart, please. Competitive situations. That is, we are going to call it as game theory. Then in games, there are two kind of games. We have two-person games and n-person game. We are not going to study n-person game. We are going to study two-person game. We want to see the mathematics involved here. And believe me, this is a very much applied subject, game theory. Okay, in two-person zero-sum games, there is a game where one player gains and the other player loses the same amount. So that is called as two-person zero-sum game. And there is two-person non-zero sum game also, but we don't want to consider that. Two-person zero sum game. And this is two-person non-zero sum game. Yes, have you written this? This is very important. This flow you need to understand. This is how we are going to progress. Okay. Now after two-person zero sum game, I am drawing on the another page. You please continue after this. और दो चीजें हैं. There is pure strategy game and this is mixed strategy game. So pure strategy game means saddle point exists and this is saddle point does not exist, and we are going to study both these games. Saddle point okay. Now under mixed strategy I am going to draw on the next page. Have you drawn it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Under mixed strategy you have to continue now. Okay, so mixed strategy में क्या क्या होगा? That is saddle point does not exist. So there are three things. We are going to consider every game in terms of a matrix because we are talking about two players. So whenever there are two dimensions in mathematics, we can put the data in terms of an array, that is a matrix, row wise and column wise. There are two players now and they have got different strategies. So their outcomes we are going to put in an array, and that is called as the payoff matrix. We are going to write down all these concepts, okay? So there are certain assumptions, girls, in game theory, that there are finite number of competitors. Okay, there are no infinite number of competitors. Then each competitor has available to him a finite set of possible outcomes, that after playing certain strategy, what will be the outcome, what will be his gain. So that will be a number. Okay, so we can put the whole situation into a matrix, as we are talking about two-person games. Okay, and therefore this mixed strategy game is divided into different order of matrices, different orders. The very basic order is, we have got two players and each of them has got two strategies, so it will be a 2x2 game. Okay, 2x2 strategies game. Then two players will be always there, A and B, but one of them has got only two strategies and the other player has got many strategies. Okay, so that will be 2x n. Here each player has got two strategies. 2x2, each player has got two strategies. Here one of the players has got two strategies and the other player has got many strategies. So 2x n, that means if player A has got two strategies row wise, we will write row wise player A and column wise player B. So player A has got two strategies and player B has got many, then it is a 2x n game. Okay, then 2x n game, how we can solve that we will see later on. And there is, every player has got more than two strategies. Both the players have got more than two strategies. So a general number, we don't know exactly how many strategies they have. Okay, so these are the order of the matrix is the order of the matrix depends on the number of strategies each player has got. So for 2x2 game, there are two methods available: arithmetic or algebraic. Arithmetic and algebraic, both methods we are going to see. So I think I should not put a slash. I will put, there is a slight difference in these methods. So arithmetic method and algebraic method. Okay. Then for 2x n and m×2, there are two methods we are going to see: graphical method, and the other one is sub-game method. Okay, and m×n strategies. So there is LPP method also. We are not going to solve this LPP, but we will see the formulation only. Okay, and then there is dominance principle. So these many methods we need to study, girls. Okay, one arithmetic, then algebraic, then graphical, then subgame. LPP we will see only conversion. We are not going to solve the game. We are going to see only conversion. Okay, and then so this I am going to take last. Okay, and dominance principle. Have you understood the flow?
Yes, ma'am.
So there are certain assumptions you have to make before solving a game. What are these assumptions? That both the players know the complete relevant information. They have complete relevant information about each other. Relevant, I am saying relevant, so this word is very important. So that is of course regarding the game. जैसे कि how Sachin plays. The Australian team knows about Sachin's strategy, Sachin's game. We know about Australian bowlers. Do you understand it? So both the teams, both the parties, both the players know the complete relevant information, okay, about each other. Then each competitor attempts to maximize his gain. That we know that one player is going to win and the other player is going to lose. And here we are assuming that the payoff matrix will be written with respect to one player's winning and the other player losing. That we have to consider here, assume here that player A is going to win and player B is going to lose. Otherwise, we cannot solve the game. So, uh, whoever is going to gain, he will be interested in maximizing his gain, GAIN, gain. And whoever is going to lose, he will try to minimize his loss. Okay, then the competitors act rationally and intelligently, so they are very much involved in the game. ऐसे ही टाइम पास कैजुअली नहीं खेल रहे हैं. Okay, and game is not always a sport. Do you understand it? Do you understand it?
No.
Huh.
Yes,
Each
ma'am.
competitor makes individual decision without direct communication. Okay, there is no direct communication between them, but they know the strategies of each other. Okay, so let us write few terminologies which we need. Basic terminologies, you can say. Basic terminology. Okay, the first one, player. Each participant in the game who act as a decision maker is called a player. Though it is visible after few more seconds, you can hear me and you can write down accordingly, girls. Please write fast. There are many terminologies we need to write. Finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Next
Yes,
is
ma'am.
two-person game. Two-person game. So this is very easy to understand. A game having two players. Now, as we have defined player, we can write the term player now. A game having only two players. Or you may say competitors. One opposing the other. So their interests are conflicting. One opposing the other is called a two-person game. It's called two-person game. I will not say, oh. Then similarly, you can write the definition of n-person game. Let us not. So this is your homework. You may say, write this definition. Okay, so the game which involves more than two players is called as n-person game. Then this is very important, strategy. The decision rule. The decision rule by which a player determines his course of action. determines his course of action is called strategy. Finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Fifth one is pure strategy. If a player decides to use only one particular course of action during every play, is called pure strategy. Throughout the game, he will put the same strategy. He will not change the strategy whether whatever happens. So we have seen under 2% zero sum game, there are two types. One is pure strategy game, the other one is mixed strategy game. So it is not always possible for players to choose pure strategies, okay? They have to play with all the available strategies and they have to use their strategies in proportion. Okay, pure strategy when they use, then suppose a player A has got 4 strategies and he decides to play only with the first strategy, then that becomes his pure strategy. But if he decides that yes, I'm going to use all these my 4 strategies in proportion, say 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. So if there are 16 games, 16 उनको 16 time खेलना है, then each strategy he will use 4 times, 16 by 4, 16 by 4, 16 by 4, something like that. Okay, the next is, if the strategy is not pure, then it is mixed strategy. If a player, and very usually you will find that players use mixed strategy game. Okay, if a player decides in advance to use all or some of his available courses of action in some fixed proportion, is called mixed strategy. What is the advantage of this now? The advantage of this is, क्या होगा इसका एडवांटेज बताओ ओवर प्योर स्ट्रेटेजी? प्योर स्ट्रेटेजी में क्या होता है? The other player always understands, right? अगर ये डिसाइडेड है कि वो एक ही पर्टिकुलर कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन लेगा तो वो पता है ना हमें क्या खेल होगा. But when there is a mixed strategy game, the opponent will always keep on thinking now which strategy he is going to use. Okay? So that opponents are guessing, are kept guessing as to which. Finished writing this page? Girls, have you finished writing this page?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you are writing it. As to which courses of action is to be selected by the other on any particular occasion. Supporting strategies. We are not going to use supporting strategies. We either have pure or mix. The pure strategies which are used in a mixed strategy with non-zero probabilities are termed supporting strategies. Play. The play of the game results when each player selects one of his strategies. Payoff. This is another very important term, payoff. We are going to use the payoff matrix. Okay, I told you that we will be using a matrix. We will be to represent a game, which is called as a payoff matrix, where you will find numbers, and these numbers will indicate the gain of one player, which is same as the loss of other player. Okay, so what is it? It is actually the outcome of the game. Payoff means the outcome of playing the game is called payoff.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you explain the term play?
Play is the game when see, suppose there are 40 times the player is going to play. Okay, both the players are going to play 40 times. 40 जैसे मराठी समजतं का तुला? मराठी आपण डाव म्हणतो, डाव तसं
हो.
40 times they are going to play. So when player A selects only one strategy. Suppose all 40 times he will play with the same strategy. What is a strategy? Strategy is a particular course of action. Okay, varies. That varies. जैसे कि मैंने एक फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपको दिया that Sachin is always going to open the batting line, whoever is the opponent team. This is my pure strategy. Okay, but if I change, suppose there are between India and Australia, there are 5 games going to happen. 5 matches are going to happen, and out of 5 games, I have decided, the coach has decided to play uh, to make Sachin play in the opening, and in other 3 games somebody else is going to. So this is a mixed strategy, right? This is not a player. So whatever is the result, a play of the game is, so there is some result, no? That is called as play.
Yes.
So the strategies may be pure, strategies may be mixed. Okay. Now, what is the
Yes, ma'am.
outcome of playing the game? Outcome of the playing game is what is payoff? Payoff is the outcome of playing the game. After playing with particular strategies, both players will put their strategies, whether they are mixed or whether they are pure. Then one player is going to get some benefit and the other player is going to lose something. And that is called as the outcome of the playing game, and that is called as payoff. Okay. So it is the net gain. It is the net gain the strategy brings to the firm for any given counter strategy. Counter strategy means if player A is playing with strategy A and player B is playing with strategy A1 and player B is playing with strategy say B2. Okay. Then what is the gain of A and what is the loss of B? That is the meaning of for any given counter strategy. Okay. So the net gain measured in the terms of the objective. So usually we say that maximizing gain, increase in the profit, expansion in the share market, etc. These kind of things you can think of. Okay. Next, 2-person zero-sum game. A game with only 2 players. A game with girls meeting will get ended in 5 minutes. You rejoin back immediately. Okay. 2-person zero-sum game. A game with only 2 players, in which gain of one player equals the loss of the other player. Other player is known as 2-person zero-sum game. Okay. Next, payoff matrix. Payoff matrix. In a 2-person zero-sum game, the resulting gain can easily be represented in the form of a matrix. Called the payoff matrix. See, I could have given you all these as notes, but then you will not understand meaning of these things, right? So it's not a very good idea to just pass on the notes. I need to explain every term because we are going to use these very frequently throughout the chapter. Finished writing? Next is moves. So just bring chase in front of you. Chase में क्या होता है? A point in a game of which one of the players picks out an alternative from set of alternatives. Is called move. So in mathematics, we use very simple terms. So you need not to get confused at all. A game is called finite game if it has finite number of moves. Okay. जैसे कि there is a 50 overs game, there is a 20 overs game. There is some restriction on the game, right? Either time limit or usually the time limit. Now these two terms are very important, maximin and minimax. There are 2-3 minutes left. Please rejoin back immediately, girls. A maximum element. So now you have understood that we are going to represent a game by a matrix. So there are certain number of rows and there are certain number of columns. If I write player A's strategies row wise, horizontal lines, and if I write player B's strategies column wise,